I'm calling this video the Sunroom and the Ambiance of 1834, especially in the evening. So now Paul built this as an extension later on. The roof was leaking when he first built it, so my cousin David, who's a contractor, did a like an A-frame style roof so it doesn't leak anymore. So Paul has his little balloons hanging here. I got my backpack hanging there just for make it look rustic, you know, like we're out woodsy camping. Because I call this the ultimate campsite, you know. So I got my little diffuser with my oils there. Little Noki's chocolate shop downtown. It's a nice addition to Hudson. Now, you probably can't see it, but that's the picture of 1834 before there were trees. That's the winter time. I know it's hard to see that in the dark. This is Paul's, what I call the Swedish altar. The picture of Oscar, Herman, and Albin. There's Paul. And that is Albin and Edith and Priscilla. Doug's Stolberg now, and then Elmer was the brother. I don't hear a lot about Elmer, so that's really cute. Paul's got some really cute Swedish artifacts. I know it's dark, but this is called the Ambiance. This is the evening. A little calendar hanging. This is the, probably can't see that. I'll do another video later. That's an old Nordic guy. I tell Paul says, oh, it's a German. I said, well, he's got a new identity. He's identifying as a Swede. Alright. Now, these are all my books. Some of you got the Urantia book. So these are all my notebooks going way back. This is my current business one. The name of my entity is called the New Earth Administration, right? Somebody's got to do it. It's got to be an Anderson. So I got the this is the Tarot Handbook, but it's the 22 Universal Principles, and I'm trying to teach Paul. For example, key 9 is the symbol of the hermit, and the principle is spending time with that which is meaningful instead of that which is meaningless. Key like 14 is art with temperance, you know, less is more type of stuff. These are all principles that whether we're aware of them or not, they're happening. Now, my mom would freak out, see? Now here's Manly P. Hall's The Secret Teachings of the Ages. I hung those up there. Paul had most of the hooks around. You know, I don't want to take his stuff down. I'm not going to take it down. It's not my intention. It's another one of his artifacts. He really loves Albin. Albin had a big effect on him, his grandfather. Alright. So I got other of my books there. These are some of my favorite books. I'll see my mom, they say, oh, you're new age. Well, I'm not old age, you know. In the book of Proverbs, it says that a wise man intermeddleth with all wisdom. So, I'm going to show those books, but I got the I Ching, the Tao Te Ching, and there's the Wahoo Ching. Let's see. I take pride in my books like other people take pride in their libraries. I don't need a lot of stuff. The Wahoo Chang, the unknown teachings of Lao Tzu. And all ancient Asian axioms, as I like to alliterate it, boils down to action without striving. So here's my laptop. Cute little Christmas tree. There's an Aquadella Madonna bottle. That was the original Aquadella Madonna bottle I bought in Virginia. Got my Caribou coffee cup. Nice little bird's eye maple box. Gotta have Carmex, Franklin, Wisconsin. A few more of my sunglasses. A sea change is coming. The Grand Hotel. Ever see the movie Somewhere in Time? Green Mill. I just like it sitting there, you know. And this is my Aunt V. One of my favorite pictures. You know, just so rustic. Dress is pretty cool, stylish, you know, out on Willow River Dam. So here's our kitty's outside right now. Oh, now I had stored all my stuff up in Paul's boathouse, and I had a picture frame. I just like the picture's okay, but I took this frame and I put my side of the family there. That's Oscar, Alva, church lady, Christian, and Paul and I figured, you know, Anderson Grocery became really successful because behind every successful man there's a woman, right? And there's Lars. He took over Anderson Grocery, and he inherited the cabin out on Trout Brook, 950 Trout Brook Road, I think it was, either 905 or 950. That's V, the one I showed you in this picture right here. And that's my grandpa, Emil, right? And his nickname was Chummo. Even in the Hudson phone book it said Chummo Anderson. That's how much everybody knew him as Chummo Anderson. Alright, so anyway, I'll put this back. See, this is Paul's home, so I'm not even going to dare ask to put Oscar and Alva up in somewhere, so it's there. It's meaningful to me, it's all I care about, right? Yep. Alright. So this is the sunroom. Now, you know, as for Paul for that John's root hat, it's kind of sorry, you probably can't see that. Anyway, so Paul has been very gracious in letting me decorate this place the way I'd like to, you know. I'm not upsetting his things, I'm just integrating and rearranging, and he likes it, you know. But I'm making these videos because lately he's getting kind of ornery. And I think it's because, to be honest, because his dog Paco, I've got more time here, you know, to really love on Paco and spend time with him, and Paul's out working usually. So Paco's been following me around more than Paul, right? Along with my cat, you know. And I love my kitty, so Paco's getting tuna for being a good boy. I feed my cat tuna, so I show Paul, look, I got a 80-cent can of tuna, and after Kitty has his, and I'll let Paco have his if he's a good boy, okay? And he has been. He wants his tuna. So, now, the kitchen, I love Ambiance. So that's my candle holder, beautiful lemon with the tea light in there, right? Usually I have this kitchen light on here. Pale ale. Paul didn't see that until I pointed him out after about 4 days. Oh, I didn't notice that. I mean, frankly, the people that live in here were just slobs, just a mess. I mean, they take no pride in this place. I mean, this is a sanctuary, the ultimate campground, the best view of the River Tahoe of the Midwest. Okay. So now here, I kind of redid Paul's side of the... He liked that, you know, Swedish-looking Gevalia coffee from Sweden. I hung that up there, didn't throw it away. Looks cool. He likes that, you know. Paul, you know, I don't take stuff away from him. I just rearrange it. Okay. Now, okay, the silverware. Who likes to separate silverware? Nobody. I know. Okay. So he's got a nice dishwasher, and you know, the people here before, when I came here, this sink was just a sloppy mess. Dishes all over. And so I took the grate out of this side and put it over here. Nobody complained. And it said, now when you're done with your spoons and stuff, here's a cute little green, you know, Tupperware. But I couldn't find the top of it, so I said, Paul, isn't that beautiful? It's just sitting in there like that. It's all about art, man. Everything's got to be beautiful for me. So I took this rug from outside. It was just sitting over an old dumpster full of leaves and mud and shit. Cleaned it off, vacuumed it up. Here's Paul brought that little rug. Isn't that nice? Fits well in the nice kitchen here. I'm the one that sweeps it up and mops it and stuff. Nobody cares. Rod, the guy that lives down in the back bedroom, he's kind of handicapped, so he really can't do much anyways, but he can sure come out and cook meals and go out and smoke all day. So I found this bowl full of pens. Paul's got more pens, old pens. My God, it'd probably fill a whole, let's see, I'm talking about, you know, one of those big tubs, but let's just think in terms of big paint cans, you know, those big 5-gallon buckets, okay? Paul has enough pens to probably fill at least 2 5-gallon buckets around the house. Unbelievable. So that's filled with pens, but it's just a nice bowl, so I put silverware in there, okay? There's this convection oven, because Paul loves his salmon. And man, He loves to bake up his salmon. And he's so proud of his Alaskan salmon and stuff. We both like herring, so that's cool. We go to County Market, we like to shop at Aldi's. Put all my stuff down here. I just take this little area here. Don't want to hog the room, right? Because I know we need all this stuff. Now I try to. A lot of that has already been consolidated. Okay, so I had to throw. Paul admitted, oh yeah, we don't need 7 grape jellies hanging around, right? So this basket here was just filled with junk, all kinds of plastic spoons and stuff. So there was. I found a bunch of teas, so I made that as tea and coffee basket. I'm not trying to be arrogant, just telling you the truth about what's going on here. Right? So the ambiance. Alright, walking in here. Now nobody's home right now. It's just me and Paco. I brought Paco in because it's raining out. Kitty ran outside. He wasn't supposed to, but that's okay. As long as he comes back, and he always does. So, you know, rearrange this for him. Had to pull these tubs out in order to get all the chairs around the table properly. Okay. I mean, there was one chair sticking out like this because there was a big traveling case full of pictures, which I went through all of them. You know, I brought Paul in about the last hour, and he really got into it. So I got all these chairs sitting around here. Now, there used to be a nice couch. I used to have a beautiful leather couch I bought at Gabbert's, or no, Dayton's Home Sale. Probably not there in South, over in around Southdale. So this is the chair I sit in, and Paul's sitting at his main chair. Pull that out, and as long as you got the fire, you know. But see, right now, see, there's Paul's bed. Gets up now. I have a special water system, Aqualive, so Paul likes his Fiji water bottle. Put that in him. My Fiji water story is there's a lady. She's either in Connecticut or Old Greenwich, you know, somewhere around there. She died and left $40 million to her cat, and in the will it said only give my cat Fiji water to drink. Right? Alright. So, I know in the other video, I put a little tack in there to hang the dustpan on. Paul liked the idea, so he had to put a tack in so he can hang one of the, you know, what do you call them? Lighters, whatever. Okay. Paul's got all his clean clothes he throws there. Okay. See, Paul needs a butler, so I told him, Paul, I'm your butler, but there comes a point where I'm doing too much, okay? So if he wants to put me on the clock, you know, I'll do his clothes, I'll do everything for him, but, you know, I want to be equitably remunerated, right? I need to be properly motivated, right? Here's a beautiful painting. It was my idea to take this painting called Autumn Snow. He used to have it, you know, like 7 years ago in the front room. I said, Paul, let's put it here. It reminds us of Trout Brook, right? And, you know, that it's called the alpenglow. You know, the alpenglow is when the sun shines off the mountains, you know, in the Alps. But the same holds true, you know, at dusk when the sun shines off. So it's kind of a mere reflection, if you're an abstract thinker, of the sun shining from the river onto the picture. Cool. Wow. Neat tie. Yeah. Alright. Okay. So the living room, you know, this is what Paul's done with the place. Isn't that nice? He's got so much stuff. I mean, look at that dining room table. He says, oh, you know, yeah, we always clean it off, but it always ends up the same. Well, Paul, maybe if you start organizing, you know, like I brought that shelving out of the garage. It was sitting on the big table in the second stall up front, right, on the west wall. I brought this in. It was sitting outside by the tool shed. Okay, I thought, you know, this is what started it. And then I brought this in, and then I got the vacuum cleaner sitting there, all nice, put it in that nice wooden box. You know, I mean, I love doing this stuff. It just flows. Creativity, art, beauty. You know, it's all about truth and beauty. Life is about truth and beauty. So walking down the hallway, bathroom, nice. All right. Pretty mirror. Now, this room isn't really lit that well, which is fine with me because I like twilight, you know, soft light. So these are my bed. my 2 salt lamps. The one on the right I bought at Elwood Thompson's Health Food Co-op in Richmond, Virginia. And then this other one was in my sister's thrift store. You know, it's more not as round. Paul liked it. I had it out front, but I wanted to balance off it for my bedroom here, which I call the dream catcher. See? Now here's Paul's closet. It's too dark. This is Paul's dresser. One of his little girlfriends. You know, this thing needs to be dusted off. He keeps talking about some girl named Stacy or Tracy or something that's going to come and clean, but that's been like 3 weeks and she never shows up. She owes him money. So in the last video I went through this. Paul and Mary, Paul. Let's use this. I don't have my cheaters on. Alright, there's Paul. It's my favorite picture of him. I like that navy blue and the cream pants. Got the 2 globes. There's a globe sitting on the table or somehow, and it got reflected in the glass in the background. That's cool. Paul and Mary up at Lutzen. There's Paul. Likes to work out. Paul does 100 sit-ups every morning. I mean, wow. He's been doing it for years, you know. Paul at Lutzen. Holiday card. I think that's, let's see. Eric and his wife. Alright. That's Paul. And I think that's, is that a dog in there? Nope, by campfire. That's Paul canoeing. Paul. And that's Eric. And then this is, I think that's Carl and Paul there. Alright. Now, I got a special water system that called Aqualiv. AQUALIV.com. Not Aqualiv, but Aqualiv. Just L-I-V. So, oh man. There's the fart from Thanksgiving dinner. So it's got this big black module, and there's tubing in there where the water vortexes through all this tubing and makes it hexagonal water. There's 3 modules now. I've moved this like 4 different times, so the valve hooked up to the cold water, it's leaking, so I got a pan in there. Right? If you can hear it drip, but I have to shut it off all the time once I get a new valve. So Paul, for 5 years I was telling him about Aqualiv water, and you know, the proof's in the pudding. And when he finally tested his reverse osmosis, which leaches calcium and magnesium from your bones, it's not good. He's fully convinced, you know, infinite %, fully persuaded that Aqualiv water, hexagonal water, is his water, and he's drinking it by the, you know, I fill up his bottle for him every day. Okay, got my hemp lotion, Ralph Lauren. I love this stuff. Smells great. Boss. I got my tea tree oil in there. I taught Paul about tea tree oil. I had to show him on the movie Grumpy Old Man. And Margaret walks into the pharmacy and says, "Oh, has my herbal therapy oils come in?" And she's talking about tea tree oil. And she says, "Oh, I just love tea tree. It cleans out my pores and all that." But ultimately, I use that. You shouldn't have aluminum in your deodorant. Alright, so I call this room the dream catcher. Right? It's got the dream catcher in that picture. The dream catcher there. The wolf looking outside. I had to rearrange them so they made sense to me. Got a white dream catcher there, yin and yang symbol, and a little dream catcher there. So the dream catcher on every wall, but not this wall, not the north wall, because I'm thinking abstractly. Now Rod lives there. That used to be the room I used to live in for about 4 years. I lived downstairs. Let's see. So, but Paul has, I don't know if there's any dream catchers in here. Okay, there's a dream catcher right there. So this is north of my north wall. So I'm just looking abstractly. I call 1834. It's my paradise. There's no favorite place I'd rather be on earth. I've been to Lake Tahoe, been to Levelland Pass in Colorado, been in Big Sky, Montana, Livingston, you know, Florida, the Gulf. I haven't been to the Keys, but I've been to, you know, like Destin, Pensacola. I like the Gulf Coast because the water's more emerald. Emerald Coast, you know, from Pensacola to Panama City. And, okay, so the oceans I've been to California, Lake Tahoe, the mountains, and the ocean's too huge and impersonal. Lakes stink in the fall, they're stagnant. I like the river, and Paul's got the best river view, in my estimation, for the St. Croix. But I believe the St. Croix is the most beautiful river that I'm aware of.